Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read in front of you. I just did a short meditation to see what would come up for you as far as messages. And it was very interesting where it went. I just went online to see what I could find in reference to what I got. And the first thing I gotten was, first I was getting like a large dog, then the face turned into a pelican. I'm like, why am I getting a dog and a pelican? And it looked like a big dog, like a really tall dog, or like a hound dog. So hound dog was definitely coming up. But first, the dog and the pelican came up, which then took me to my brother, because my brother had a toucan Sam when he was little that he wouldn't let go of. So a lot about of caring for our wildlife was coming up, as well as the water, because the pelican brief was coming up. And then hound dog came up regarding the twin flame experience, but then also Elvis Presley was coming up in relations to Priscilla, which is why I just went online to look up what was going on with Priscilla right now. And apparently she's right now doing the 85th birthday celebration for Elvis. But the point I was called to bring up is that she's caring for her grandchildren because there are abuse allegations of Lisa Marie's husband. And before that even came up, or I read that, I was getting what was being brought up was actually Priscilla's abuse and the wounding that's carrying on in her legacy through her child and their children. So it was just about recognizing that that children, still need our protection because they're vulnerable. And was it really the right thing for Priscilla at 14 to be allowed to enter into this relationship with Elvis? So love to hear your comments about that stuff, but just protecting the vulnerable was definitely coming up, and it was very interesting. I'd like to know what comes up for you when you're hearing this, as far as Elvis and Priscilla and even Lisa Marie, which is in the news right now, and then also having to do with the environment, like the pelican brief coming up, and just toucans. I don't know if there's some kind of extinction going on with them, so I'll have to look more into that. But that was the message I got. The main read here, the SIRIAN Starseed deck, which is the main deck for the read, was cut and dealt at 9:03 to 4 this morning, which is the Empress and the Emperor. And the 9, of course, is the Hermit. The cards were done at 9:28 to 9:29, which is the 28-29 is the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, the twin flames, and the 3 of Wands being present in the present moment, and of course the Hermit of the 9. So really going within, being still, and really recognizing what your wounds are around not being able to stay still. Like, what are your thoughts telling you when you are resisting staying still? Today is the 23rd of January, as we're in Aquarius energy now. You might have felt the change going from Capricorn to Aquarius, depending on what your energies are. Maybe a positive or a negative thing for you, just depending on your signs in your chart. 23 is the King of Wands, which comes up in the read reversed today as a reversed shaman. And then I'm being called to parallel that to Elvis, right? Because he had dealt with such drug abuse in his life. He was like, the shaman that called, he was like the Pied Piper that called everyone to follow him, and yet he fell within himself. And I almost forgot to tell you this, Capricorn, I believe, had Capricorn. Elvis, I believe, had like all Capricorn in his chart. He was like overwhelmingly Capricorn within all, I don't know if it's all of his planets, but I think that's what someone said at one point. This was many, many years ago. So that he might be brought up because of all the Capricorn energy in him. So we're leaving that energy behind, going into Aquarius, although there's still a lot of Capricorn underlying energies going on. Today adds up to the 28, so here we have the 28 again, of the 2 of Wands, the choice of path, or the twin flame energy. We have the twin flame energy and feeling restricted, like you don't have a choice, and then the King of Wands reverse coming up in the read today. That very trapped feeling of someone who would otherwise be a shaman if he were upright. So let's see where this goes as far as this read. The major arcana in this read were Higher Self, which is like the High Priestess. Reason is the Emperor. Starseed's the Fool, and the Great Wheel, the Wheel of Fortune. Before the read, Justice and Strength also came up, and after the read, Shadow and the Tower, and Shadow is the Devil. So a lot of energies there. We have 2 Wands, 4 Cups, and 1 Pentacle. There were no swords in the read today. And we had the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups as the court cards within the read. They were the only court cards of any of the main cards. Just the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, however, is upright. That was a very positive energy. As far as the numbers and the code line today, the numerology card was love, guys. And the numbers, there were not a lot of numbers here. Double 5s were most prevalent here, and then the 1. And 2 5s equals the 1 or the new beginning. So a lot of conflict is like that conflict, but exponentially, like times to the nth degree, becomes then the new beginning. So as opposed to, it's like saying 2 negatives equal a positive when they're times each other or exponentially, like it's like craziness, as opposed to a positive plus a positive, or a negative plus a negative equals more negative, right? A negative times a negative is like saying that negative, if it happens exponentially, it creates a positive because it basically creates its own tower moment. So we also had double 8s and double 9s in a lesser degree, and the number 10. So 10 and 1 and double 5s were the main energies here. Okay, so 2 5s equals 10, and then the 1 of the new beginning. So that's kind of all wrapped into 1, but in a lesser sense, the 8 and then the 7, 8, 9, 10 begin again. Sometimes we have to go back a little bit to go forward again, which is the nature of the energy loops. We always go back a little bit to create momentum to go forward again. So being that the love line, the code line was all about love today, the mask is for the masculine, and it's basically the masculine saying, I bridge the show of power in reflection of the King of Swords and the Devil, because they're 51 and 15, the reflection of each other, and the Starseed, or the Fool, with the open heart. Literally, the numbers that came up on the code line were 5, 1, 0, 1, 5 all together, which is literally the reflection of 51, 0, the Fool, and then 15 of the Devil. And then that was the energy that was meant to come up here, showing you the reflection of the King of Swords, right, the man of truth and integrity, with the Devil, which is just his shadow side. And this, what good is the shadow side and the King of Swords without the Fool, with the open heart and love? Because remember, just like it says in the 2 Popes, the truth shall set you free, but without love, it's excruciating. So there's definitely the department of Christ, or the unity consciousness, is coming up here, being one of 2, just like the twins. We're not half of each other, we're one of 2, like a pair that fits together. And it's love, say love, C-E-S, the French say love, was coming up at the end of the sentence here. So bridging the show of power within himself in the reflection of the King of Swords, the Devil, or the shadow side, and the Starseed, the Fool, that leap of faith with an open heart, in the department of the unity consciousness, the department of Christ, being one of 2, or half a set. Say love. It is love. So then some acronyms were coming up. Earned Income Credit came up, as well as the Energy Industry Council. And then EICNI came up. And the first header that came up wasn't spelled the same way. They were out of order. It was ICENI, which was pronounced, it was written out as I-seen-I, right? Which is like the third eye, the all-seeing eye. And that was Latin. And then it was describing a tribe in East Britain in the Iron Age from the early Roman era. So this involved areas of Britain of Norfolk and part of Suffolk and Cambridgeshire. At that time, they revolted against the Roman rule because they had made a treaty in 43 AD, but then rebelled in 47 AD when Romans attempted to disarm them. So they tried to take their right to protect themselves away. So this is when they start standing up for themselves. Also, EICNI came up as far as aviation photos on jet photos. And under that was a British Aerospace AVRO RJ85 named Lombardia, operated by Azura Air, came up. And also the EICNI came up as a modern charity supporting children and parents in Suffolk affected by addiction and abuse. So here's confirming, bringing up the awareness of childhood abuse and addictions, just like Elvis and Priscilla, as well as so many others, the sex trafficking that's going on, and all of the other children are just the vulnerable of abuse, including animals and our environment, our wildlife. Also, the Starseed mission is almost complete was one of the headers. The Starseed mission is almost complete, and that was from Era of Light. And then the full text of The Times from 1978 in the UK, English, came up. And I just opened it really quickly to see what the main headline was, and it was about Russians trying to form an independent union. So just like the US formed an independent union from England, and then Russians trying to form an independent union from the rest of the world, now are the Starseeds coming into focus, right? Building their independent union. And also our electric company was out today doing work on the poles, asking to work behind my house. So that was interesting because that happened recently once before. Not sure why that energy is at play, but it is. And that was at 10:07. And also some things may have fallen through for some of the Divine Masculine in the past couple days. As I was dealing out the clarification cards, the Two of Wands reversed flipped out onto the Knight of Cups, which is actually upright in this read. So feeling stuck without options in wanting to be love or offer love, like not maybe have chosen the path, but unable to implement or go forward on that path. So starting this read, we start with the higher self here in the underlying energy. Below that, the 4 cards are from the bottom up: Justice upright, Strength upright, 8 of Pentacles reversed, and then the 9 of Pentacles upright. So the higher self, or secret, or psychic abilities, or a psychic person perhaps. After Justice, divorce, Libra's strength, courage, and overworking to become or overworking with a sovereign, or not working and sovereign himself, or not working or with now a sovereign. Suffering in silence or stressed out, chronic purging as the King of Pentacles loses money and status and then manifests in a major way, becoming magician embodiment. Home grieving loss, regret, guilt, or shame. Connecting to his higher self, reaching his abilities, his 5D connection to the Divine Feminine. Home strategizing and implementing a plan to start over in love. The Hierophant, or Taurus, marriage, religion, or establishment. And strength of Leo, courage, muscle, working out, in a show of power. The King of Cups reversed, or conditions of love, expressing their feelings, energy exchange, fast-paced communication or travel, and arrows of love, connected to his higher self, or the Divine Feminine. Commitment, his own commitment to taming his inner beast, or addictions, codependencies, in need of a green platform, with his tail between his legs and down on all fours, humbling themselves. Libra, Leo, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Taurus all here. A downturn, a slowdown, or a twist of fate, the war for the gold coin, or a unity, or Christ consciousness, is ascension. Moving on up to the east side was the message I was getting. Libra and Cancer energies right there. At 10:27, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the 27 of the Ace of Wands, that new passion ignited. And then deliverance was coming up. And by the way, when the energy company came over, it was 10:07, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot, which has to do with ascension as well. as well as deliverance here. So fighting for truth, grounding, saving, and holding on. At 10:28, we turn the page, which is then that Two of Wands, the needing to choose a path. Perhaps ice skating is coming up here, or skating on thin ice. And as soon as I read this back to my son after I wrote a paragraph, because he had come out to talk to me, and as soon as I talked about skating on thin ice, my piano made a crack noise, like cracking through the ice. So that was a confirmation there. So perhaps ice skating or skating on thin ice. Edward Scissorhands comes up here. Clip, clip, clip. And for me, I was also referencing the toe walk on ice skates that someone does, especially if they trip, 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 okay? A view of the city skyline, or taking a major trip if not moving, or tripping on journey, or peyote perhaps, willing to wage war for the truth, or adamantly stand in your truth. If others don't like it, they can leave. The end of the battle at Normandy, the empty victory when causing others pain. Past life relationship comes up here, and beneath that was healing family issues. And I forgot to do my bowl today. So I just want to do a little clear. So healing family issues. And then the Six of Swords, finding peace in love and coming together. There's definitely reunion energy here, but frustration as well, or no passion, taming the beast, unable to conceive or conceptualize. The Knight of Wands rushing in to save the day in a twist of fate. A brush fire, or drama, continues in not burning the past, hiding their light in the bushes. So yesterday in my read, someone hiding their light in the bushes came up, and here it was paralleling that to, because you hid your light in a bushel, it started a fire. All right, so here's that brush fire. Brush fire, drama continues in not burning the past, hiding the light in the bushes or under a bushel, starts a fire, right? Causes drama if you don't shine your light. The hierarchy of women and beauty, the depressed one, the curious one, and then the shining your light. By mirroring self, looking in the mirror, the cycle of energy, 1 minute up and next you're down, trying to rush in when the home fire wasn't lit first, right? Making sure that you create a strong foundation first. Keeping the home fires burning. Spiritual partnership comes up again for 27, which is the Ace of Wands, a new passion. But that was the only ace that was reversed in this read. The other three were upright. And then compassion was beneath spiritual partnership, which is 99. So that compassion has to do with a lot of endings, which is why compassion comes up. When there needs to be an end, it's difficult for people to go through change, and this is why we're called to be compassionate at that time. The Four of Swords is reversed, rising above or coming out or waking up, blazing saddles in a bold move, or ascend and spreading the word or sending a message, or going skating with 1 or 2 kids. The worst is over of chaos and detox, healing and forgiving. 3 dark birds go southwest or fall to their death, perhaps in a burst of flames or explosion, or crown on fire going down in a blaze of glory. Dallas or cowboys, or horny devil or Italian with red eyes, or trapped in the red eye, but the worst part is over, after plastered to the grass ceiling, or Oriental glass, or Orient Express. And either one of the modes of transportation can have been a very difficult journey for the masculine here. Like, you know, like an airplane ride that was really choppy and maybe they're afraid of flying, that kind of thing. Healing at the Y in the road, or healing your Mercedes, or a high price to pay for codependencies and or addictions. Healing higher self by expressing feelings of love in a bold move and twist of fate with past life relationship of a spiritual partnership. So the twist of fate here with that relationship and spiritual partnership and a bold move. The recent past is the Five of Wands upright, a quest for synchronicities, activities, and people you like, and picking your favorites. The King of Cups reversed with conditions to his love. Healing healer, shining light, and dreams come true. Impatient Aquarius or famous Sagittarius, frustrated, wanting new passion, issues at work or third party there, and the gold coin or unity consciousness, or someone may be floating money or focused solely on their cash. The Queen of Swords reversed, Aquarius here, lying or being negative or deeply in mourning or the silent treatment, or hasn't spoken yet about Scrooge or hoarding, not sharing that energy at work at 11:05, which is Justice and the Hierophant. Truth and balance regarding commitment to self, any kind of commitment for that matter, whether it's religion, an establishment, a family, a marriage, but to your higher self is number one. Okay, your commitment to higher self, to source, to God, to prime creator, to love, however you want to call that energy. The Five of Cups upright, grieving loss, regret, not willing to let go of the why in the road, or healing process, like wanting to continue the healing process instead of allowing yourself to be healed. Not letting go of the third baton, staying more moderate though, perhaps now. In exile, injured, out in the cold, left behind, standing up for himself, or having had poor judgment in deliberating for so long, and now present to nothing, waited for nothing, waited to be accepted instead of loving and accepting himself or yourself just as you are today in this moment. The central energy here is the Emperor upright, or in this deck it's called reason, logic. The masculine being happy with self, working, moving on, helping another, or making an offer while holding his tongue. May have made an offer that will blow them away, right? Or trying to figure out that offer that will just blow them away so they can't say no. And the Knight of Wands and the Page of Pentacles getting busy to learn, or they have an opportunity or an invitation, challenged by the Starseed, the fresh new start, allowing that big bomb to drop in order for that new start to happen. The Knight of Cups offering love and exposing all, or happiness, kids, full energy, the Sun, Leo conditioning, or showing off your light, which is the same thing. Starting over in love, the Ten of Pentacles reversed, which can be that dysfunctional family or business, or one that's losing money. Sitting in negative energies, but no longer bored. Processing difficult emotions of happy memories, past, or the kids or twins, or your soulmate. Exposing all and sharing with others, or settling out with kids and or Leo or your ego. Tempering the beast, being strong, working out to build your muscles, or learning from a Leo perhaps, or impatience of a Leo or your own ego. Feeling of failure, being student again, or under the radar shining your light and healing by sharing and giving. Receiving the dream, or sharing your dreams, like if you literally have dreams at night, sharing them. A justice, which is just truth and balance, or a divorce, or Aquarius or a Libra with a message of love, new love, or child, and the Ten of Cups of unhappy family or emotional cycle is over, or a birth. The Knight of Pentacles offers, which can be considered the Queen of Wands here. Knight of Pentacles offers help or proposal to sovereign prisoner or hostage, with the Empress upright and the King of Swords reversed, and the Hermit bringing peace with light from the other side. Or the Knight of Pentacles and Sovereign are with the Empress, and they could be kids with a mother or grandmother, finding peace after the end of a family or emotional cycle. Now is the King of Wands reversed, that shaman energy that I told you about, with the Ten of Cups reversed, the Emperor, and the Nine of Cups upright, happy being alone, but not happy with a family or a whole family unhappy, or this is just marking the end of that family or emotional cycle. Happy family of the Emperor, happy with self, or getting all of his wishes of healing and forgiving. The Emperor running away from a Page of Wands reversed, or a child with tantrums, or his own issues, or his own frustrations, or that he feels like his childhood had been stolen from him, or feels like his kids' childhood has been stolen from them. The Emperor took the King of Wands reversed, childhood, or his child away from him. So this is some kind of conflict between the Emperor and the King of Wands reversed. The Emperor is upright. He's not reversed. Impatient fallen angel, exposed to all, hanging out with the High Priestess. The secret or psychic, offering love. Frustrated child star, or children of justice, or twins of justice. Libra or divorce, happy now and loved, letting go of burdens and offering or confessing the truth, which is not a surprise here. Tripping up or just tripping over a new love, lovers unhappy, or death of a family with great affections, or two lovers, or family put in a very uncomfortable situation at 11:29, which is Justice and the Three of Wands, being present in the moment. So at 1:54, I had to go pick up my car today, so I took a little break there. But 1:54, 1 is the Magician, and 54 is the Page of Swords. The Magician with a message, impatient female drinker with an attitude. And the Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, who could be the Queen of Wands, or they could be two separate energies or people. But I'm definitely getting an impatient female drinker with an attitude. And then the Knight of Pentacles, or is the Queen of Wands, or the King of Wands reversed with a bad temper is that energy, or the Queen of Wands with a bad temper acts like a man. Healing, forgiving, and or two children between the two, the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands reversed. And the Empress is happy alone with self, or she's getting her wish. The Sovereign trapped hostage between the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords reversed with Hermit, with Empress watching over him with the help of two grown children. So it's like the only one reversed there is the King of Swords and the prisoner. So he could be the prisoner, or the Sovereign is the prisoner. And the Queen of Wands and the Hermit on the other side are like trapping them in between. Or the Empress, her ice cream and nuts, making the King of Swords reversed feel bad and go to the doctor. Or the King of Swords reversed is the prisoner of the Queen of Wands and the Hermit, the Empress with 1 to 3 kids, and the Empress finding peace with self. Soon is the Great Wheel, or the Wheel of Fortune, but it's reversed. In slow motion, or in a twist of fate, the tower explodes, blowing their top, their crown, or their cover to their twin or their kids in a good way, expressing lots of feelings in energy exchange, arrows of love, fast-paced communication or travel back and forth to heal and forgive. The Hermit is not working, or overworking is not working, for the Empress waiting for the Knight of Wands to break their patterns and rush in, or waiting for the car to be fixed, or travel plans to be coordinated. Death of a Rose in transformation, Dark Night receives the truth from the King of Wands reversed, focusing on synchronicities, options, choices, activities, people that stand out to them, rising above, or enough rest now. The Knight of Cups offers love to bring sunshine to all. Or kids are jumping on you to give you hugs in the morning, or waking up to love that's been offered or given freely, or freely given. Perhaps seeing where you can show more gratitude today for what you already have, Divine Masculine. You are seeing yourself as the 10 of Pentacles reversed, family or business, in dysfunction. Dysfunction of family energy, fighting for new love, or a love message, or a child, or puppy love. Justice, divorce, or Libra implementing a plan, or paying to fight for a child. Let your friends help and release your ex come up, and then playfulness. Around the Divine Masculine, or how he is seen, is the Ace of Cups upright. New love, self-love, spiritual love, free from bad partnership, or free from not seeing eye to eye. Lovers with issues at work and getting along, or a third party, or leaving work to come together, going away party. Someone might be leaving work, so you're having a going away celebration, or going on vacation to be free from work and socializing with people you don't resonate with, or free from partners who are totally disconnected, or coming together with lover outside of work. The masculine needs to clear blocks around that Knight of Cups, being loved to all without option, or unable to choose a path, or hanging out or living with mother, helping out where he can, learning to be more authentic, appreciating what others have done for him, for you, Divine Masculine, appreciating their worth as well as your own worth at 228, which is the High Priestess and the Two of Wands, the twin flames. The card from the numerology deck that came up is love, but even more so, patience and karmic completion. Two out in the cold, but they have each other, extending an olive branch across twisted pillars for a romantic fantasy to happen. The turtle is slow to catch up, but the Eight of Cups is reversed, doing the work while around others' energies, the kids, parents, healing and forgiving and being happy with self, while kids and mother find peace with themselves. So once you learn how to be in others' energies, teaching them to heal themselves as well. The Queen of Wands is trapped by the King of Swords reversed, his negativity, and Hermit shedding light on it, or trapped with mother and child, partner and mother-in-law, or the Queen of Wands feels trapped by the King of Swords reversed, picking apart every little thing and analyzing it, or seeing the Empress and two kids with peace and all happy getting their wishes and fantasies. And how do we do that? Shadow or death, dark night, the King of Wands reversed facing his shadow, and it's up to bat. Or Scorpio, Gemini, and Sagittarius, unhappy family, with the King of Wands reversed with a bad temper, or older daughter is like him, and the Page of Swords is like the Capricorn or Devil Taurus, or religious Capricorn, or Capricorn and Taurus, put the news out about passing of the King of Wands reversed. Under the radar to find peace in resurrection or awakening in knowing and keeping to self about the Queen of Cups, loving, kind, and intuitive. The dark night of the King of Wands reversed, impatient going through transition with the Page of Swords and Capricorn or Devil and Taurus or Hierophant waving goodbye to him, the end of a group, bad news, or failed, a group that failed, under the radar moving to peace in an awakening, a peaceful place by the water perhaps with the Queen of Cups. Suddenly lightning strikes or the devil returns, epiphanies of the wounded warrior from the E-Tower, the divine feminine's heart now coming out of the tower. The King of Wands reversed in uncomfortable feelings of addiction or codependencies and refusing to leave a house perhaps, or afraid of epiphanies or afraid of explosions, like what ifs. What if the devil or Capricorn has to deal with the wounded warrior at the E-Tower who's reaping rewards there? The Queen of Swords reversed and deception between them. The Queen of Swords reversed deceiving the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Or how would they deal with the Queen of Swords reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed if they're kids needing to get up before sunrise? Holding back money, like having to save more now if you have more people in your life. A new life with the wounded warrior being offered big love, but their world upside down, incomplete. And the Emperor with an opportunity to end this emotional cycle of pain and betrayal and be sovereign, independent, or doing it for the sovereign. His higher self grieving the Ten of Pentacles reversed or ending the family or business for new love, on a quest to heal, the Emperor, and challenged by fresh start, new life, dropping the bomb, and then backpedaling in order to offer love. The King of Wands reversed shaman, uncomfortable, staying in this energy, and the higher self conflicted, or the feminine, about forgiveness, grieving the Emperor and the King of Wands reversed and challenged by a fresh start. The Ten of Pentacles reversed, family or business, slowing things down or in a downturn in finances. New love, offering love, makes the King of Wands reversed uncomfortable. He has trust issues with epiphanies of the wounded warrior at the E-Tower coming out, or worried about a knockdown, drag-out fight between the devil and the wounded warrior at 434, which could be his own shadow or worried about his partner, right, getting in between them. At 434 is the Emperor and the Eight of Wands, that, you know, that heated energy going back and forth in some kind of conflict or fight. So perpetrator and victim were coming up here. Him worried about the devil and the wounded warrior, which is literally the devil's the perpetrator and the wounded warrior is the one on his last leg. He's the victim. Deception between the wounded warrior, the Emperor, and the sovereign. The Emperor with two women, the Queen of Swords holding back money in a new life, and their world upside down, or just in another world, ending emotional cycles. And the Queen of Pentacles reversed, offering the wounded warrior love for an opportunity to end pain, betrayal, or back pain and treatments, massages, acupuncture, chiropractor, Reiki, etc. You get the idea. The Emperor expecting them to hash it out, to compete for top position, or for his attention, or two women at work who surpassed him and beat him out for the job or promotion, or or his MO is to have women compete for him, so he always retains the control even when they win, right? The competition, because it's for him. Justice and Strength, or Libra and Leo, finally done overworking to become independent, and higher self comes in, creating conflict. Grieving the loss, regret of the Emperor and the King of Wands reversed, or the Emperor Starseed. But the King of Wands reversed is not really a shaman, he just plays one on TV. The challenge being fresh start with the big bomb drop coming in. The Ten of Pentacles reversed, family or business ending or losing money in a downturn. Back or bad timing with the King of Wands reversed, in uncomfortable energy with them. New love of the Knight of Cups may not get along with the family. They may not resonate with each other. So this is all the concerns of the masculine. Higher self is upright as well as the Emperor, but the King of Wands reversed, and so is the Ten of Pentacles, family or business. The Emperor is fighting and resisting a new beginning with the Knight of Cups, who's offering love. Okay, so that's the read for today. I'm going to pull a few cards for you guys. See what comes up. I'm going to start with Nature Whispers. Okay, this is the Nature Whispers deck. So everybody take a deep breath. This January 23rd, 2020. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Let's clear all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned, and fill with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. All right, so what is the message we need to know? What is the purpose of this read? Take a deep breath, guys. There we go. Okay, here's your card. Celebrate your differences. Number 3. And that's the Empress energy, which relates to Gaia as well. Celebrate your differences. And the bottom, the underlying energy is assurance, which is number 14, which is the Temperance card. Patience and balance. Assurance, this is like the foundation. You see how it's very brown and green. It's very earthy, grounded energy. The foundation that makes sure it's stable first before growing anything on it. And then celebrate your differences. So it's very basic in this grounding energy of the Temperance card and the angels. And here's Mother Nature to grow all this beauty amongst it. Right? Make sure you start with something simple and strong. And then you can add to the palette all the beautiful colors. Okay, so it's just comparing that to the, like creating a work of art to your life. Make sure you start out with something simple and easy and strong. And then you can paint it with all sorts of beautiful colors. We have the dolphin energy here, as well as the snail and the unicorn. We have geese flying, or actually the Paramahamsa, 2 of them flying. There might be a third in the background flying away. And there's fish in this picture, and there's a little girl riding the dolphin, riding the wave. And this is also referencing the division between land and sea here. Celebrate your differences. That everyone is beautiful. And to remember that being your truth isn't about being your truth that feels like it's in its ego and wants to explode, to speak how you truly feel, that isn't truly who you are. Truly who you are is the love part of you, the one that's patient and kind and loving, and knows that the other person who's frustrating them is part of them, and that's why it's coming up to them. I'm seeing, what are those little bugs called with the little, they got that little, I want to say snapper, but it's not snapper. They got that little tail, that like snapper tail on the back. You know, they're common bugs in the house. I don't know why that's coming up, but like a fish tail, or maybe somebody could be snapping. But just to remember to rein yourself back in. That's not really who you are. Because your feelings don't actually cause your temper to explode. It's the thoughts that cause your temper to explode. Anger comes from thoughts, not from feelings. And so you might have to think about that for a minute. Because it can be a vicious cycle, right? But that's the truth. All right, let's see what else we have here. Let's see from the animal deck. Who wants to come up? It was just 41 on the dot. And that's all about love. That's the Ace of Cups. And that's this read. The numerology deck, the numerology card that's on the code line is love today. And then from Romance Angels, it was, these two just fell out. It was let your friends help you. Don't forget to let your friends help you. Release your ex, and playfulness was coming up for the masculine. So the underlying energy at the bottom of the deck here is the Queen of Autumn. So this came up yesterday, I believe, right? The mother or the father and their bunnies. The Belgian hare, thoughtful, caring, creative, and ingenious. You will be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. So that was kind of confirming what I was just talking to you about, that you are not the negative energy, you're only the love energy. That's who your true self is. So the cards that came out for you guys are Strength, which is number 11, and Justice. The Mazai, lion, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, and the lamb. So the lion and the lamb, the true strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. All right? So just because you have a loud roar doesn't mean you have to use it. It's really cute with the flowers in the hair. Okay? So the lion and the lamb. It's very much the energies between the masculine and the feminine. And really, this is the feminine lion with the masculine lamb, okay? And then we have, this is the same color of the Empress and the 3 again, and of Mother Nature, the Angora rabbit. Time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. So we have Strength in the Empress. But it's very much brought through with sweetness of the lamb and the bunny. And we got butterflies here too. Right? We got green butterfly here, we got butterflies here and here. I think that might not be a butterfly, that might be a dragonfly. But there's a butterfly here too, and there's that necklace with their heart on it. With the feminine, a picture of a feminine there. So it's saying that that rabbit is a masculine because he's got his necklace of the feminine. It's like his little locket. Time to hop into action, masculines. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. And for the feminine, to calm your beast. Right? It's not always just the masculine to calm their inner beast. It's the feminine, right? To not get mad at the masculine, which I'm guilty of. I definitely have still gotten upset when the masculine is kind but not wanting to talk. Okay, so it's about both of you tempering your inner beast and knowing your power and courage. Okay. Then we have the energy deck. Okay, that one flipped right out. The sun. The sun flipped out. So somebody's sun might be flipping out right now. Or someone's taking a vacation. I was just thinking about that myself. taking some time in the sun, maybe in the ocean or the water to take a bath. You can just go in your bathroom to take a little break, a vacation if you want. But it's about just allowing all the bright, beautiful energy into your life. Right? It's like needing a recharge right now since it's the dead of winter for us anyway. You know, it's been tough this week. I have to say the past couple days, the energies were really hard for me. Just needing that recharge of sun and warm energy or warm weather. There's definitely energy of birth here, the goldfish, flowers, megaphone. So sounds and you know, to surround yourself with nice, calming, relaxing sounds. To get yourself a massage, perhaps, or paint. But make it whichever way is good for you, what makes you feel good, what's beautiful to you. Because, of course, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so how can any one beauty be actually correct, right? It's all an illusion, because the real beauty is the love. Okay, so remember the sun. The underlying energy there, and that was number 1, by the way, which is the magician energy. And then we have the 4 of the emperor, happy family. Okay, so this could be going on a vacation with family. And this is just saying it can be with one or family. It doesn't really matter. It's still family. You and yourself. You and the sun. You and your higher self. Either which way, it's all good. When you're alone, you have the sun. But even better, when you have others, you have the rainbow. That's when you can create. Once you've re-energized yourself, then you can go on vacation. Or this may be, because this is the foundation, that you have this energy, but this is what you really need, is time alone, out in the sun by yourself, right? Only doing it for others, but not doing for yourself. Okay, just one more card. Let's see. Let's pick from the Kipper deck, and then I'll show you the cards and let you go. For everybody watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. Again, what is the last message we have regarding this read today? All right, that came up. Oh, there you go. The Lovers and change. And a mature man that's grown up a bit. And the next card's the Journey. All right, pretty cool. There may be 2 men here because we got a main male after that, okay? So this could be the masculine growing up, right? Going from here to here, or there could be a father and the masculine, or this could be the masculine, there could be a son involved. So just depending on what his community is, all right? Could be parents, okay? The underlying energy here is 23 again, the King of Wands, which was reversed. So the courthouse is here, so some kind of legalities. No matter what it is, it can just be paperwork as well. But here, someone has expectations of something legal happening and having to do with the main female. So there could be 2 females involved as well, or this is just the expectations of the main female. Okay, this is the underlying energy. So you notice the female is in the underlying energies and the male is in the energies coming forward. Right? They've been on the path. And oh, that's perfect too. So this mature man, this can reference the Emperor, and then this is the King of Wands reversed. Because there's 2 men in the read. It's all about the Emperor and the King of Wands. So definitely could be a father-son relationship, or boss, a father-in-law, an uncle, any of that, or grandfather, any of that kind of energy here. But it looks like they're making peace. If not, they're agreeing to disagree. Because the Lovers are definitely coming in. There's a change and the Lovers. Right, so this is the first card out for you guys. So really nice energies there. I'm going to show you the cards. My sage is still burning. So higher self is the underlying energy. The conflict there with the 5 of Flames in the recent past. The foundation here is the 5 of Chalices. So some sorrow might be coming up for you guys. So just let it come up and out. The Emperor's in the middle. And then the challenge is the Starseed. Both of those are upright. Then we have underlying energy here, and there's that King of Wands shaman who's reversed energy in this read. And then making our way across the 4D bridge to the Great Wheel, which is reversed, which can just be slow, a slowdown here, or retrograde energy. Then we have the 10 of Crystals as how the masculine sees himself. Around him is the Ace of Cups, which is upright. And then the blocks he needs to clear has to do with that Knight of Cups, which is like a tidal wave in a coffee cup here. Then you see the Love card there is blue, the throat chakra, and the 8 of Cups. I'm dealing with negative energies as opposed to walking away because it's reversed. Above that is the Shadow card, which you can't see because the cards are covering it. And then the Tower, the Devil and Tower both upright, full force. And then the Wounded Warrior's upright, and then the 7 of Crystals, which is the E-Tower, or the Divine Feminine's heart, and that's reversed, coming out. Okay, and then we end up there on the Sovereign. Okay, so you see the colors there. We have the blue, the orange again, and that silvery color, which could be above the head. We have the throat and the sacral chakra again working together to use your creative energy to speak your truth and show love and temper your inner beast, because that's not really who you are. So we're at 51 minutes too for the King of Swords, and you know what you're supposed to do. Drink your water. Don't forget, I have to drink some more water myself here. Get your rest, get your joy in your nature, and rise and be loved, guys. Bye.